Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com. This video is going to show you the data from my analytics on my blog, on my YouTube account, and as well as my podcast. And specifically, we're going to look at how I'm getting a 58% increase week over week in the number of views on YouTube. Yes, that's right, nearly 60% increase because I've made a strategy change. And we're going to talk about that strategy change, and it's based on what I was hearing and learning at the affiliate conference in about 2 weeks ago in Vegas. So let's jump on the computer. We're going to start with this little bit of a strategy change and the results that it's creating, and then we'll work our way through the other numbers. So you can see right here, this is a 7-day view from my channel right now, and I've got about 468 videos on, and I've got about 81,500 or so subscribers. But this, if you notice, my watch time is up 58.68% and my views is up 58.37%. Now, one of the things that was talked about, and Neil Patel specifically was talking about this, was running paid ads to your current best performing videos, just paying a bit of money to get some more reach to them. So I've been working with my ads guy, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. We're really looking at what all of these numbers are going to do based on our paid traffic. Now, I want you to know that the goal, and you can see here on this graph, you can see where I started paying for traffic was right here just very few days ago. Now, the theory is that this is good for branding. When people hear my intro, hey, I'm Miles Beckler, and then my domain, it really starts to just broaden my reach and helps me connect with people who I haven't reached before. Most of the time, when a user sees an advertisement on YouTube, it's someone trying to sell them something. But all of my videos actually just teach people, and they show them how to do the things they're searching for. So I'm now paying per view to get my videos in front of people searching for them with no calls to action. So I didn't make new ads that are now running for an opt-in campaign, nothing like that at all. I'm literally just paying to get more reach to my advertisements. And what I'm looking at is what is the kind of, that's a cause. What is the effect, right? Every cause has an effect. There's going to be something that happens from all of that data and all of that new visitors. Obviously, it's increasing my view numbers, but that's a vanity metric. That's not what I'm after. I am after growing this brand. So I don't have much more data than this for you. You can see right now in the 30-day or 28-day number, I'm up 20%, 23% on the number of views. You can see it's just climbing big time. The subscribers definitely has a nice big spike up, and that's up 15% right now. I will say that the subscriber numbers, that's a good number to move up, but it's really deeper. It's a bigger picture than this. And ultimately, my goal with this approach is at some point in the future, I'm going to turn off all of the ads completely, and then I'm going to monitor what is my new baseline from the organic traffic alone with no paid ads. The theory is if I boost the number of views, the view time, the number of comments and engagements, and the watch time, when I turn it off, I will have seeded the algorithm with even more data and even more engagement data, and theoretically that can actually increase my rankings organically. That's the hypothesis. I don't know if that is actually going to hold true. I will obviously keep you up to date on that, but that's what I'm working on right now. I thought you'd find that interesting, and let's move on to the blog. So on the blog, something I started in the last month is most all of my daily emails are now hitting my blog in a new category, plus my blog team is posting to my blog as well. So my website is now growing by at least 1 post per day. Some days it's 2 per day. I think it's somewhere around 40 or so posts per month are being added. This is a new record, right? This is a new record pace for me and my team. So let's start to look at what this is doing for the numbers. You could see right here on my 30-day graph, the low point 30 days ago was 544, and I have not touched that low point since. So the lows are getting higher, and indeed it looks like the highs are getting higher as well. 987 there, 959, so getting up in that 1,000 sessions per day mark. Let's do a quick year over year comparison, because ultimately I think it's really that year over year is where you start to really understand the results of compounding efforts, right? We can't really look at the results and expect compounding efforts to work right away. It's a long-term game. So here you can see year over year, I've got 27% increase, so almost a 30% increase. I believe last month that was a 28% increase, and I'm still holding steady there. That could have been the month over month, but 27.91% increase year over year. That's great. Let's do a 2-year out run really quick. Let me change these dates. And this is where you see the magic of long-term content marketing. And it's so difficult to teach people. I say all of the time that you got to be willing to stick it out for 3 to 5 years, right? Like you don't get the benefits of compounding for at least 2 or 3 years. And this graph shows it clear as day. So 2 years ago from today, so which was after I had started my 90-day challenge, so I was 5 months or so into that 90-day challenge, I was getting under 2,000 visits per month. Now I'm getting 23,000 visits per month. That is literally an 1,144% increase in sessions. Page views are up, pages per session is up. My bounce rate is, it actually went up a bit, which is okay, and my average view duration is up. So every single positive metric is in the right direction other than bounce rate. Not a huge deal for me. People might be coming in, getting what they want and moving on. But this graph to me says everything. The one other thing I want to show you, and we'll do a quick month over month comparison because I want to keep an eye on that as well. So 3.63% increase. So it's not a huge increase at all, but ultimately, let's go look at where that increase came from. Because sometimes we might notice sort of flatline as our numbers might be zero, near zero. I think 3% to me, that's pretty close to zero with the other numbers that we were looking at. So I'm going to go through all traffic acquisition on the source and medium, leaving it on a 30 over 30. And here you can see that Google organic is up over 16%. So while it may look like my numbers are close to even at a 3% increase, I'm actually getting 16% more visitors from Google, which is the ultimate goal of growing a blog, right? A blog uses written content. I plug my sitemap inside of the Google Site Console. The whole goal of that is to rank well on Google for lots of different keyword phrases and drive traffic organically. And you can see that is indeed working. If we want to do real quick, one more look here on the year over year, so we can see what I was getting last year at this time from Google to put good perspective into this. I'm up 55% year over year from Google. And that's really what's going on right now is I'm just proving myself more and more as a publisher to Google. My content team is putting out better content more consistently than ever. I've got that really personal style content from my emails going out on my blog. And obviously Google is liking what's going on. Again, compounding results from several years of effort is what's actually going on here. That's why I do these updates for you, because it's important to see the just ongoing, I'm grinding it out. I'm publishing my content. I'm grinding it out. And all of a sudden, 2 years later, 2.5 years later, things really start to pop in a major way. Finally, we're going to go over here into my podcast dashboard. You can see last month I got into the 8,000 downloads in a month mark. I hit 8,120. My all-time number is now at 93,000, about to cross that 100,000 download mark, which is kind of cool. So today is the 22nd of January. That means we're about 2/3 of the way through the month, which means we have 1/3 of the month left. And I got about 5,500 downloads. So I can assume maybe 2,700 more or so on top of 54. I'm looking 8,100 or so. So there's a really good chance I'm going to actually increase over the number of downloads I had last month. I will note that these videos where I'm sharing my screen, they don't go to my channel, and like 3 of the last 4 videos I've made have all been these screen shares. So I'm actually not getting as much content on my podcast, which is okay. Only my talking head videos go there. But if you're a podcaster, search Miles Beckler on the podcast and grab my podcast feed, subscribe, download, give me a shout out there. And that's really it. The big idea of these updates is this is my antithesis to the people who show you income updates, because income updates, that's chasing a vanity metric. To me, I think it's all about what kind of content did you publish for your people this last month? How much energy have you put out there? How much goodwill have you put out in the marketplace? And then number 2, how long have you been doing that for? I've taught you how to do keyword research. I've taught you how to do SEO. I've told you time and time again, you got to do it for 2, 3, 5 years straight. Here I am 2 years in on this path, a little over 2 years in on this path, and I'm seeing astounding results, right? Literally, I've had millions and millions of minutes viewed on my YouTube channel. It's about 3.5 million views on that channel at this point in time, and over 23,000 visitors to my website each and every month, with the Google traffic, the most valuable traffic to my website, going up, up, up. All of that results. My list is at a new high. It's at something like 8,400 subscribers. Business is good. And cash flow is very good as well, but that's for me. That's between me, my bookkeeper, and my accountant. So I keep that number to myself, but you can see the data, the analytics, the numbers, the effort, the energy. I've been grinding it out because you can just go look at my past videos, and this is the path for you. I hope it's clear. I thank you very much for your time and your energy, and I look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share, do what you do. I appreciate you, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.